a handle for you. Sachim. Nothing this.
Chorby Pumbaa. We're new.